Okay, Julia, I'm looking forward to hearing your voice loud and clear.
Hello.
Look at that. See, full moon.
Yay.
All right. Well, very nice to meet you, Julia. To share your screen, you just go
Okay.
to that green share box.
Okay. This is very intimate.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
beautiful, beautiful thing. So
Um,
I'm glad you see. I know you're a trader because you're persistent and you came back. Okay,
yeah.
we always have to come back. So how many times have you been knocked down to the canvas and had to get up again?
I think I've been knocked down to the floor and then
O-
scratched the bottom of the canvas.
Okay, well, that's what it takes is perseverance. So before we get into your technical work,
Okay.
I'm always interested in how people end up becoming traders or analysts or run a service or mentor. How did it happen for you? What were you doing right before you broke into trading, or someone that you can blame introduced you to it?
I was actually an executive at a software company,
Okay.
and I had to travel a lot, and I just was looking for a way to make money without, basically make money from home without traveling. And so,
Right.
yeah, that's it.
So that was it. So you saw some online ad about make money at home, learn how to trade Forex,
No,
something like that, or what? What?
no. I just, you know what? I had a retirement account, and I guess I was actively managing that, but really I was just
Okay.
things that I liked. So like I liked Netflix, so I bought it. I liked Apple, so I bought a lot of that. I I just bought things that I liked, and they were like doing really well. So I
Okay.
thought I could do that.
Okay. And what brought you into technical analysis? You started looking at patterns. Who influenced you? Were there any books or anything like that, or someone that you met on Twitter that mentored you at your beginning?
um, I didn't join Twitter till pretty late, but I was on StockTwits for a while, and
Okay.
that didn't go very well for me because I find that I'm very easily influenced by people. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was just like a cheerleading festival, and I couldn't understand why things were happening. And my personality, I really have to understand why things are important and why things are happening, and I can't just be bullish or bearish. I have to understand.
Okay.
But I started charting things really just because every time I would buy something, it would go down, and I was trying to understand how I was so consistent. So that was basically it.
Okay. So, okay, let's get to what your setups are and some of the things you're looking at. And
Okay.
interesting martini glasses, ambulances, rocket ships, very creative and, makes me smile to look at those kind of things on a chart. So you're
Oh,
an entertainer as well as a trader.
thank you. Yeah, I had to put those there because it psychologically, it's. I mean, I see lines and I understand their support lines, but if they don't have like something on them that I can identify with at the time, I still get too scared to buy them or sell them. So that's why I put the symbols there, just to remind myself that it was something that I planned.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Do you journal
Yes, I do.
still?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
more than ever. Because
That's why.
it's like to make money live.
Okay, so you when you journal, it's something for you to look back on and to repeat what worked and uh, avoid maybe some of
Yeah.
the psychological pitfalls of, let me ask you this. I used to do this. Say, for example, I had a buy point in gold, say around your 1479 level.
Hmm.
What I would do is I will go, well, if I really believe it's going to 1479 and it's trading 1515, I should short it. But that's not the trade. The trade is to buy it there. I
Yeah,
still do it. I did it yesterday. It worked. But really, the trade is where your entry is. So, um, and for me, the most difficult thing in trading is
waiting,
holding. No,
waiting.
no, I can wait.
Oh,
I,
you can?
I could be patient. I don't care. I could be out of the market for a whole week,
Oh
Julie.
my God.
Yeah, and really not Jones. Too bad. But holding a trade until targets is something that I'm working on. Uh, what and also I'm usually early,
Hmm.
and I've learned to overcome that by piecing in
Yes.
rather than being all in, all out. So why don't you tell us about some of the money management techniques you use to trade?
Yeah, I was actually I am in the process of making a YouTube video for that, but I want to talk about how I do trade planning. I do the same thing you do. I piece in now because it's just easier for me. Plus I get FOMO. So if I'm one third in and then and then it still keeps going down when I thought it was going to go up, I'm okay with that because I know where I'm going to add the other two thirds.
Okay.
And yeah, I also have the same issue. I mean, everybody does, right? It's impossible to buy the bottom tick and sell the top tick, but I also have the same issue in terms of like staying in a trade because I want to take profits. I want to immediately feel like I got something out of it. But
Yeah.
I do the same thing. I scale out and I do
Okay.
this thing where I sell one third at, and it depends on how risky something is. So I have, and where I'm buying it, but I'll sell one third at 3, 5, or 10% up. And then I'll sell the other third at whatever I think was the closest resistance to it. And
Okay.
then I'll keep the last third just going. And then hopefully, if it back tests that past resistance, I'll buy in again. But that's the only way I found to stay in a winning trade because it's too easy for me to, it's like you want to
Yeah.
cut the
First day,
flowers.
I call it first daylight syndrome.
Yeah,
Because we know what it's like to be stopped out, and when you have money made, you don't want to give it back. So really, the only way to overcome it, unless you're super disciplined, is
I am
to
not.
take something off the table.
Yeah,
It's not a profit till you take it,
right, right. So
right?
I do
So
it in both directions for
okay,
sure. Yeah.
okay. So tell us what you're seeing here in gold. We had I believe CPI yesterday had a classic stop hunt over that
Hmm.
1510 level on the news and failed. So are you looking to get long above
I
that?
am.
Okay.
I am. And I probably should have shorted it like you. It sounds like you did yesterday. That was smart,
Yeah.
but I didn't because, as you said, I was just waiting for the trade that I'm waiting for.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm looking to get long. If you see the martini line here, it's
Yeah.
the previous resistance for this wedgie type thing that happened, and it did retest here, but everybody called out this head and shoulders. I think might have been early. You can tell when I drew. I think I
Yeah.
drew when it was right here, um,
Hmm.
but it it started to happen. It failed, and then of course everybody started in with that was too obvious, and so of course now it then had to go down because it was too obvious. It was like a double reverso whammy. But anyway,
Do you correlate gold with any other instrument?
I other than sentiment, I do not. No,
Okay.
no. Um, because I don't understand the correlations, to be quite honest. Like people have tried to explain it to me many times, the yen connection and the dollar connection, and
Okay.
every time somebody explains it to me, it seems like it does the opposite of what they told me it would do. So
Yeah,
then
they disconnect at times.
yeah, and it seems like I'm only interested right before they get disconnected. I don't know why. Maybe I should take that as a sign.
Okay. All right. So you're looking at
But yeah,
1479 as a potential buy point here. What happened to you?
kind of before. So this is a nice intersection of the three of those. So I think we should probably get at least a little bit of bounce there, and it could be substantial, but at least something. And then maybe if it gets stopped up here, it could go down to the ambulance line. It's certainly a possibility, but
Yeah,
uh,
that's what I'm looking for.
yeah,
Yeah, just
yeah.
a mild, maybe just a mild heart attack like Bernie had, where you could just put in a few stents and
Hmm.
maybe it recovers from then. I noticed you're on a 4-hour time frame. Is that the time frame that you focus on for trading, or do you go from longer term time frames and drill down for entries with shorter term time frames?
I do exactly that. So I haven't, I don't think, shared my gold weekly on Twitter. I might have a long time ago, but I try to keep some things to myself. Just I don't know why, but
Why?
um, I don't know. Maybe
Ask yourself.
I don't. Maybe I don't. I don't know.
Huh? Okay.
It's a mystery. I'm
Uh,
more. Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, yeah.
It's weird because sometimes I'll do it and like, oh, no problem, and then other time I'm like, no, that's private. What if it has like something secret on it? I don't. There's nothing secret. Um, I'm very simple, and I people really like to criticize me because I'm a line hoarder. I don't like to get rid of my lines. I just
Okay,
try.
yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, it's a little busy, and people don't like it, but I don't really care what other people think as long as I'm making money. And that's on, and I'll try to mark the important things. So, and I'll try to say it out loud. And I feel like if I mark it and I say it out loud, then it, I can't, I don't care about making people happy so much as making money.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I mean, that's very practical. When you talk about you don't care what people think,
Mm.
do you have like a chat room or you work with people during market hours? Do you have a community? What do you mean by, is it just Twitter? You get comments?
Just Twitter. I used to be part of a chat room, but it seemed like like I said, I'm very impressionable. So if I see somebody I respect and like going a certain way, it's hard for me to continue to feel the way that I felt. And then I'm doomed if they're right, and I'm doomed if they're not right, right? Because if they're right, then I start to doubt myself, and if they're not right, then I still blame myself for believing them.
Mm,
Or what, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, yeah. So
but
I felt
yeah,
like I needed to know myself. And then it's nice if they agree with me. That's like awesome. But if they don't, then I really try hard not to be influenced.
yeah,
And
yeah. I used to be like that. And
oh,
but you know what? Down the road, I think you'll find some people that you can mastermind with that are on the same level as you that actually, I would write about it. The only reason when I was early in my career, I wanted to know what someone was doing was so I could fade them. And I
yeah,
was right and they were wrong, kind of ego
yeah.
driven stuff. But you know what? There are people whose work I respect, but I have enough belief now. It only took, decades in my own stuff that I just can assess what they're looking at and what I'm seeing and still make my own decisions. And it's helped me. So I'm a big believer. That's why I brought you in here in intelligence gathering. But you know what? Know thyself.
Mm,
And if that affects you, you're right. You should do it in a silo, a missile silo, and just you and the machine.
yeah, I got much more successful after, excuse me, I stopped watching CNBC. They don't like pay you, do they? I
No, no,
no, yeah,
no,
no,
they don't.
because
Yeah,
I mean, people sound so knowledgeable on there, and they're like wrong a lot, a
yeah,
lot. Yeah,
yeah. Anyway, that's entertainment.
yeah.
So, all right. So we're looking at gold here. What is it? Just your imagination? How do you come up with these lines? I call a lot of these lines because I draw them too, kind of like speed lines. And someone asked me to teach them, and I said, you just have to use your imagination and line up certain points and just keep drawing them and
Mhm.
then look to see if the market respects them and reacts off of them. Is that kind of what you do with these lines, or is there a method to your madness?
Um, I don't even
Huh?
remember why I drew the line.
You don't remember? Okay. Which one? Can you move your cursor there? And I'm losing you a little bit here. I don't hear you. You're breaking up.
Yeah, it said I was unstable. Am I? It seems okay.
You're stable now. You
Okay.
must have taken your lithium.
Yeah, something like that.
All right.
So I don't remember exactly why I drew this line way back when, but I can tell you what I do. It's not a secret. You can tell that not only am I line hoarder, but I reuse the same lines over and over again. Whenever I find a really good line, I find that I can move it anywhere on the chart and it'll line up pretty well. So what I try to do is pick a few very good slopes and then just move my lines around. And the same thing for RSI. I try to pick a few very good slopes and then just move them around, and it works really well for me.
Okay. Well, you know what? RSI is one of my major tools. I renamed it to the Real Simple Implicator. How do you use it?
I use it just as well to validate support and resistance. So if I see price here, it looks like it got some divergence before it turned on this line. But let's see. So if I had, well, I'm trying to find an example.
Yeah, it looks like a confirm low to me.
Yeah, it is, exactly. Okay. Whenever I have support that's on both, this is a bad example because it didn't happen before. But whenever I have a resistance or a support that lines up with also the RSI resistance and support, I'm 95%. I feel 95% confident about it. Usually, yeah. So.
Okay, so a market reaches resistance. You're looking for RSI to do the same, and yes. Inversely for looking for long opportunities.
Exactly, and you can sort of see that when it got close to, I mean, it looks like this gold is at resistance now, even though it's not close to that line, RSI resistance.
RSI support?
Resistance here on this candle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. You have a little line there coming up there.
I don't know.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Do you have any levels? Like I have preferred levels for divergences of 70, for it to be under 70 for a divergence that may forecast a turn to the downside, and above 30 for RSI readings that may forecast reversal to the upside. Do you have any levels that mean something to you? I mean, when you get a 20 reading
right.
or an 80 reading, does that give you, what kind of market message does that give you?
Well, I definitely look at where it is overall in the resistance, but I'm not that sophisticated. I like what you're saying, so I'm going to take that and see if I can't do something with it. But okay. I do have absolute levels.
We all learn from each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have absolute levels of RSI that I look for that are just straight lines. And it does seem like a lot of times when it gets to one of those, I mean, yeah, absolutely. When it's in the lower third of RSI and I see divergence starting to form, my ears start perking up. And sometimes I look for 3 points of divergence as opposed to just a divergent bottom. It depends. Oil, for example, on the 4 hour loves the 3 points, and so does gold usually. But sometimes I just go off of 2. It depends on what the price action is doing also.
Okay, any other instruments that you're focused in on that you'd like to share with us besides gold?
Well, we could look at oil if you want.
Okay, sure. So we held major support.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like you have a rocket ship, 5674 is a possibility, yep. Or it'll be back in the ambulance under that major support level.
Yeah, I probably should move this ambulance up now because it's already done a lot of damage. But yeah, so what I'm looking for here is I'd like for it to stay above this, I don't have it labeled, but this diagonal line here. And if it does, then I'm looking for it to probably flag until it breaks the key. The key level is very key here. It really needs to get above that to have any kind of hope of, I mean, it's had 3 horrible weeks. So it needs to get above this key to have a real hope of any kind of lasting reversal. And then above that, I think if we can break this rocket line, it'll go
Okay.
all the way up to here.
Have you tried F.A.C.E to give you confluence with your support and resistance levels? Because I bet you have a fib up there around 56.70 or 57. You know, basically, what did we do? Go from 63 round numbers to 52 or 52.11 bucks. So, you know, 5.5 back, 6 back. There you go, right at your rocket ship.
Yeah, I don't do fibs because I get mixed up on time frames. But you know what's awesome is like the people that follow me are super smart, and generally they'll tell me when a fib is lining up with something, and that works pretty well. But I don't do it because I feel like I shouldn't add lines that I don't add myself. You know?
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Do you know what I say about trend lines?
What do you say?
I say trend lines, their destiny is to be broken.
Mm, I like
Haven't
that.
you seen every line you've drawn in your career eventually be broken?
That's true.
Okay.
So I
Anyway,
should draw low
just
lines.
like just like correlations, so you know they work till they don't work, and that's a market message too, right? When they break through an important line of yours, that gives you a signal, right?
Well, I heard you say something really smart yesterday, and that is that you can't confirm a breakout until the candle close above a line.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah,
I
I'd say
used to anticipate it because I wanted to get the edge instead of
right,
being patient for the confirmation.
exactly. And so I don't mind if my lines aren't perfect. Nothing is perfect. I just look for whether or not they can hold through closes and things like that.
Yeah, look at Cruz holding that blue line right now. Who knows? Maybe
Yeah,
by the close we turn, Julia.
this is real time,
Right.
awesome
Yeah.
happening.
All right. So let me ask you, what's your mission and your goal as a trader? Are you already there? I'm not talking about um, financially. I'm
Mhm.
talking about, do you have a mission to, you know, just support yourself in the market and that's good enough for you? Or are
Mhm.
you interested in perhaps teaching people to do what you do?
Mm.
What kind of goals do you have with your career here?
Oh, well, I've been profitable for a couple of years now, but um,
Congratulations.
thank you. It was, I mean, I had like a lot of years of not profitable, so I'm very proud of myself. But
Yeah.
yeah, but my goal really is to prevent, if I can, some people from making the same mistakes that I did because I not
Good.
only did I make a lot of mistakes, I made them very consistently. So if I could help people to, I mean, people are all going to trade differently. I don't think I could teach somebody to trade the way I trade. Because I don't, yeah, it's,
Okay.
I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing because when I listen to your guests, they seem like they know what they're doing. I mean, your panelists, I don't know. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. But if I can
You
just
do know what you're doing.
a
You
little
were
bit,
just profitable for 2 years.
oh,
And it's great to be humble, but it's also you know, good to validate yourself through you know, because your P&L
yeah, yeah,
is
I know.
showing you
Well, that's,
something. You know what I
I
mean?
know. I was surprised. I mean, I'm like happy. I'm happy surprised.
Yeah.
But I was like, why does he want to talk to me? Is it so that people can like know what not to do? No,
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 I'm
Julia.
just teasing. I'm teasing a little bit.
Just to attract your followers to be aware of Forex analytics.
Oh, cool. Yeah, because it seems really good. Like I said, you said smart things. You said you,
You know, there's some marketing in it. I'll be frank, but the reason I bring people on is I do believe we could learn from everybody, and
mhm,
especially from their experiences and talking about the psychology and the journey they've taken. And whether you know it or not, uh, you're edifying the community, and I'm seeing some things from your setups that can help me. So
that's good.
I
Yay.
appreciate you being here, and you know what? You have a great mission to help people not lose their limbs by stepping on landmines that you've already jumped on a few times.
Yeah, I feel like that would be the stick it to the market makers that took my money. If I can help other people not get their money taken, that would be
Okay.
good.
Do you believe there are stop hunts?
Yeah. I'm glad I'm not on camera. I just gave
Huh?
you a look like, what? Is that
Huh?
a real question?
So do you look for them? I mean, people sometimes ask me, Dale, how do you know where the stops are? And I say, well, just imagine you're long, like your
Yes.
chart right now. Where would you put your stop? And they go at this swing low. I go, well, that's where everyone's is. So they used to do it through open outcry. Now it's just done electronically, but it still happens. Um, are you with me?
Yeah, I'm with you. Sorry, it
Oh,
cut out for a
oh,
second. But
okay.
yeah, no, I feel very strongly the same way. Wherever I would set my stop is really where I should be buying. That's why I put my little ambulances so I would know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, um, what's the most important thing you could pass on to people, say with one line or one statement, the one thing that is most important for you to continue to do what you're doing?
Um, just be fabulous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Be fa be fabulous.
Be fabulous.
And okay. There is a full moon, Julia.
Well, you know
And
what?
I'll tell you what, it is the first time I've heard that advice. But you
Well,
know what? I'm going to give it a shot.
yeah, you
And
know what? It's true. When you asked the harmonic guy yesterday how he could apply things to his life, I mean,
yeah,
like, yeah, these are all your mental problems are on your chart. So if you just focus on being fabulous and going through it, you're fine. Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, uh, I'm with you.
Okay.
You
Just
know,
be fabulous.
I just try to be competent, but you know, I'm going to take it. I'm going to step up to your level and try and be fabulous. In fact, you know what? Anything you try to be, you're not. So I'm
You
just going to
are.
be,
You are
yeah.
fabulous, Dale. We are
Uh,
fabulous. We are
I'm telling you what,
glamorous and
man.
fabulous.
I'm going out tonight.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Julia, what a fun and interesting conversation it was. I'm glad I met you. And you know what?
What?
Like it or not, you're now my trading warrior sister.
Oh boy. Thank you.
Isn't that fabulous?
It is.
So you have may pips just rain down on you like a fabulous hurricane does in
Glittery,
Florida. In
glittery,
Florida.
glittery rain. Yes.
Yeah, purple rain.
Yeah.
I do
Yes.
that one. Purple rain. So may purple pips be
Purple.
fabulously
Glittery.
falling into your account every 10
Yay.
minutes. Huh?
Thank you. Same.
It
Same
was
back.
fun, Julia.
Thank you for having me, Dale. I really appreciate
Okay,
it.
and people that want to follow Julia's work at Cordova Trades is her Twitter handle.
Yay.
And there you are,
Hi.
a very attractive trader.
No.
So thank you very much, Julia. Nice to meet you,
Thank you.
and have a great weekend
You too.
and good hunting.
Thanks, Dale. Be
All right.
fabulous.
All
Bye.
right. Okay, everyone, that's a wrap. Remember, don't just be fabulous and don't just count your pips, count your blessings. And we'll see everyone Monday. What a great way to end the week, laughing. You know what? Stop
What?
being so serious, everyone. Stop being angry and just smile, because half the world doesn't care about your problems, and the other half, look at that, are
She's
happy you
smiling.
have them. You know what? I want to adopt that dog.
She's so cute.
Yeah.
Smiles.
Hey, here, have my finger. It's a milk bone. All right, everyone. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Julia.
Thanks. Bye.
I'll see you. Bye-bye. Okay, so I need to end the meeting here. Maybe you could do it, Steve. I don't know what's happening here. Here, I'll do it. Okay. So everyone have a great weekend, okay? Adios. Thank you, Brock. See you, Monica, Hamed, Andre. Andre, you know what kind of harmonic pattern you are? You didn't want me to answer on
No,
Skype.
no,
I'm going to tell.
you can answer me live today.
Okay, live. Okay, you know what you are? You're a butterfly pattern.
Why? Why a butterfly?
Because before you came to ForexAnalytix, you were still a caterpillar.
Oh yes.
And since you've been with us for almost a year now,
That's the truth.
you've become a butterfly.
That's true. That's changed my life in a few perspectives.
Yeah.
Sure.
So anyway,
Thank you very much.
you're not a caterpillar anymore, my handsome Portuguese buddy. All right?
Have a nice weekend, everyone.
You too, buddy. See ya. Adios.